You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Inject it to my veins. Chelsea 3, Liverpool 1. I heard the commentator say this is the biggest defeat Arne Slot has suffered in the Premier League this season. If that's true, I love it. They also said when Van Dijk scored a goal, Liverpool have never lost. Hold on, let me just inject it into my body. Cole Palmer scored a goal. You called me crazy on social media when I said I'm going to do it. I bought back Cole Palmer on Fantasy Premier League against Liverpool, the champions. I captained him. You called me a mug, and I jujued him back. Man of the match performance without the goal, by the way. Absolutely incredible. I'm so impressed. I'm so pleased how Chelsea played with and without the ball. It was so impressive. And had we not conceded that Van Dijk header, the 3 goals we scored would have been enough to put us above Newcastle on goal difference. At the moment, we're level on goal difference as well as level on points. Of course, those muggy little seagulls doing us a favour and taking 2 points of them earlier. Massive friggin' win, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get into it. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. Yes, welcome to your match review of Chelsea 3, Liverpool 1. 1 goal, you silly little scousers. We're going to look at some stats and everything in just a moment, and context is required. We'll get onto that. You know what? Let's just get into it. So look, Arne Slot was giving it the big and saying he's going to do heavy rotations. And to be fair, I was disappointed there wasn't much heavier. We still saw Alisson in goal, Van Dijk, Alexander-Arnold, Salah, Gakpo, Jota. The players that are coming in, Endo, one of their better performers, Harvey Elliott, he plays well, Kwanzaa, these are still good players. Shimikas, which for a while Liverpool fans were asking him to start over Andy Robertson. I was hoping for the kids in, Chiesa. And, maybe a Darwin Núñez in there. I didn't know it would go so strong. But he was giving it the big one. So I was like... I got to the point where, do we want the hungover players? Or do we want the lesser, the more of a B team, but the players with more drive to prove themselves that, whatever. I just didn't know. And it turns out he played, in the end, a lot of good players. He, of course, brought on the big guns like Szoboszlai, McAllister. He brought on Conor Bradley, Darwin Núñez, and Chiesa. So everyone but Diaz in terms of how they could have affected the game played. So a lot of them did. And they had every reason to perform well with a really good away support with Liverpool. And Chelsea was so good with and without the ball. It felt so Chelsea. Team performance. It felt like Chelsea. Guys, you know me, I was having an existential crisis last season because under Poch, I really didn't feel like it would look like a Chelsea team at all. We were just conceding goals all the time. This is Chelsea. Lately, we look like we can defend. We look better. And when Lavia is in the team, I dare I say it, I'm gonna say it. When Lavia is in the team, we can execute Maresca ball a lot better. Lateral line splitting passes. We function a lot better. We do. And it brings Enzo Fernandez forward. And look, if I'm going to rightly praise Enzo Maresca here, because credit when credit's due, he's been talking about lately about how he's been doing one-to-one stuff with Enzo Fernandez, trying to get him closer to the box and scoring. This is an Enzo Fernandez that played at the base of a midfield for Argentina, and he's on 23 goals and assists this season, 20 in the Premier League. Noni Madueke, who I thought was the quintessential most right-winger style player ever, looking really good on the left wing. Really good performance, guys. We're going to get into it now. I'm going to show you some stats and stuff on the SofaScore for reference. Here you go. So 3-1, attacking momentum here. We played a lot. I mean, it's pretty even, to be fair. We did play a lot without the ball, but we played very well without the ball. There's the boy. We've had Nico Jackson, the last couple of games getting all the plaudits rightly and, really good. But this is what we needed in the final few games against the champions at home. So let me just move this over here. So look, let's have a look at the lineups. So like I said, when I was expecting, Connor Bradley, Kwanzaa, and some more children in there. Not Van Dijk, Alisson, and Salah. What are you boys doing here? Like even Curtis Jones. Though I do like Curtis Jones because he says Hazard's better than Salah. Harvey Elliott, Jota, and like I said, we saw substitute appearances from Mac Allister and Szoboszlai, which makes their midfield really good and makes them really good. Connor Bradley, Darwin, he brought them on basically. Chelsea playing, and we'll look at, in a moment, we're going to look at heat maps and who occupied what space, because I think that's really important. Rob Sanchez keeping his place in goal. I think he played quite well. Not much he could do about the header, I think. It was headed into the ground. Chalobah and Colwill, Cucurella. Caicedo, of course, going into the midfield. We'll look at that in just a second, like I said. Lavia, Enzo, Capitano on the day. Pedro Neto, Cole Palmer, Noni Madueke on the left. And he looks really good 1v1 on the left, which I guess makes sense. I mean, he's not crossing the ball in with a stronger foot. He's just coming inside and occupying central areas. And and we saw substitute appearances from Jadon Sancho, Malo Gusto, Reece James, all pretty expected. Maybe you would have thought Tyreek George in there, but he's getting plenty of time in Europe, the young teenager. All right, so how did this go down, guys? Well, let's look at stats first. I imagine they had... Hold up! 2.91 XG. Chelsea can defend, creating 5 big chances in a game. I used to pray for days like these. That is what I want to see. Hold on, 7. I thought I would have, in my head, I was thinking Liverpool had shots. 17 shots to Liverpool's 11. Man, this is a thing of beauty. This is Chelsea, 35% possession, but just a better team. Less fouls, way more shots, way more big chances, and a lot more expected goals. Baby goal. Enzo Fernandez getting a goal in the 3rd minute, which I believe is the quickest Chelsea goal since 2017. Good. On the front foot. Pedro Neto getting the assist as well. Lovely stuff. Lots of wonderful stats coming out of this game. What else we got? Van Dijk getting booked. And the Kwanzaa own goal. It was really good work from, I think it was Cole Palmer and then Noni Madueke in the box. Worth mentioning up to this point in the 56th minute. Although Noni looks really good 1v1s on the left, both he and Jackson were really frustrating in last actions and decision making. Jackson playing the hits of last season, always offside, and a couple of weak shots. Not playing badly, running the right channels, occupying the right space, but frustrating, as of course he's inclined to do. And this is why we're trying to buy a striker. But yeah, we know what he is. We know he'll get better. He's a good player. Noni frustrating a little bit there, but generally worthy of staying on and keeping on the match. Of course, loads of changes from Arne Slot trying to get the game back. They did have chances. We bring on Sancho, Gusto, and Reece James after they get one back. And of course, it's Van Dijk. I think it's from a corner. It's one of those things. He just scores loads of goals from corners. Chalobah, Trev's tried to go him, but he's not like he's completely left him. He just gets away and heads it into the ground. It's a good goal. It's a good Liverpool goal. And all of the Chelsea global fan base's collective buttocks clenches at this point. But no, we keep going. James comes on, the captain, to see it out. Does really well. Vice captain for captain, Enzo for Reece. We win a penalty. Moises Caicedo, the inverting right back from the left wing position, does excellent work, wins a penalty. And that boy Cole, man of the match, tucks the game away. He's been getting assists recently. He's got the most chances created in the top 5 leagues this season. And he's got good numbers this season, but he just front-loaded them. And now he's got that goal. And to be fair, he played so well. So well. I kind of felt like it was coming. I had that feeling. When before he took the penalty against Leicester when he missed, he'd never missed a senior penalty. And he scored loads for Chelsea. And I felt like he's going to miss because of his body language. Here, I was like, my guy's back. He's cooking. He's going to score. And he did. He converted it wonderfully. But past probably the best goalkeeper in the league, still for my money, in Alisson. So let's talk about these players, shall we? First of all, it's the collective performance. It's the defending together, the attacking together, the press, the counter press. And yeah, great from the players and good from the manager as well, how he sets them up for this. Rob Sanchez in goal, I thought was fine. Totally fine. So let's have a look at these heat maps then. Cucurella playing very much a left centre-back and not the left pocket, where we saw him scoring a lot of goals, but we think maybe he's muscling in on the space of an Enzo Fernandez or another attacker that could be, Cucurella has been great for goal scoring, but you shouldn't be relying on him for goal scoring. So playing as like a sort of pushing up back free player there, which Chalobah plays on the right and then Colwill plays in the middle. So that's ostensibly your back free. A little bit more aggressive from Cucurella, which means Moises Caicedo, the de facto right back, was playing right central defensive midfield and running all over the gaff. And of course, even winning a penalty up here at one point, which was excellent work from him. Which means Lavia, a little bit more central, but quite similar, sort of occupies very, very much the center of the pitch and did a lot of line breaking passes, which makes us so much better. And of course, who benefits most from that is that boy, Enzo Fernandez. So let's take a look at him. 88 minutes played, expected goals 0.55, but he got a whole goal from it. 2 key passes as well, which is very strong creative numbers. Did not great crosses and long balls, so long passes not great. And for him, 3 out of 7 ground duels isn't the best, but he was playing way more aggressively. He did also make 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 block shots. Was dribbled past only twice, which is actually really good. All right, Neto, what was he saying then? The little Portuguese sausage. 2 key passes and an assist. Strong. Played, of course, in multiple positions in this game, but mostly on the right there, which, of course, was to accommodate Noni Madueke. Interesting. Kind of like a left wing-backy player here, because that's sort of where Cucurella's heat map is. Yeah. Sort of overlapping with Cucurella there, but always, this is obviously a tactical thing from the manager, because he did this before where people said he looks more of a left wing back than a left winger, kind of like Bukayo Saka, a right winger, very much like Noni Madueke, has played left wing back before, so it's sort of similar role there. Probably should have scored 0.86 XG. Still made a couple of key passes, played very well, completed a couple of dribbles, did good defensive work as well. And yeah, won the majority of his ground duels. We'll end on Palmer. Nico Jackson, he was frustrating with his offsides. 2 shots on target, 1 was incredibly weak. Yeah, I mean, accurate passes, you send it forward. That's like, Haaland will score a hat-trick with 7 accurate passes, but he would like to be involved a little bit more. Not his best game, but worked very hard for the team and will feel frustrated after his recent positive form. But it's all about the boy. It feels good to be back. A goal from 1xG. 0.55 expected assists, which is a good contribution. 4 key passes. Gary Neville was absolutely knocking one out to Cole Palmer in this game. I think he won man of the match. The majority of his long balls completed. Excellent forward diagonal passing. Incredible from him. 2 shots on target, 2 off target. 1 was blocked. He did 1 out of 1 dribbles and won the majority of his ground duels. A man of the match performance for young Cole Palmer, who was incredible on the day. Chelsea have beaten Arne Slot's tied and rotated Liverpool, but still they look like they were on it. The optics of Chelsea was a very good performance, and don't let that get away from you. Of course, we've got 2 very hard games in Forest, and in terms of 6-pointers, and Newcastle. But I feel like if you win one of those now, you're in business, and you beat Man United. Man United just conceded 4 goals to Brentford. I know they got 3 back, but I think we're going to do it, guys. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to win the Conference League against probably a very hard opposition in Fiorentina and Betis. Genuinely, that will be really, really tough. And if we finish top 5, get that trophy, and then have a nice time in the Club World Cup, it will be a successful season for me, despite what Jamie Carragher tells you. All right, I'm feeling good. Let me know your thoughts. Lovely way to start the week, especially with a big lead in the Conference League as well. Let me know your thoughts. Please do comment down below. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy. Goat Gang and Football Therapy merch available as well. I think this should be under the video. Yeah, man. Enjoy yourself. Peace.